Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and today we are doing folio. Yes we are. As I mentioned yesterday, this was the folio from last month. This gives you the ability to create pages, pockets, flaps, waterfalls. You've got a little stamp, you've got stars, you've got arrows, you've got different shapes going on in here, and you've also got the whale tail tab. And then the layers for your pockets, or just to layer on top of a folio page as it comes out. Now I did do a full tutorial on this one, so I will link this below. But this month, moving that one out of the way, we have the, I call them folio editions, KSCRAFT is calling them add-ons. So in here you've got an envelope, you've got a hotel vintage style keyring and fob. You've got a little piece here which has got multiple purposes. It can be, if you put it that way around, it's a scrolly ampersand, or you can manipulate it to use it like a piece of tangled string or ribbon. You've also got another tab, but this tab, if you trim a 1/4 inch off the bottom and use the smaller piece, which is here, you end up with a vintage paper clip. Now to do the vintage paper clip, you're going to need a handle. I am going to show you all these pieces, and the handle doubles as another paper clip. That's that loop that you can see there. So before I confuse anyone further, I've cut pieces out and I'm going to show you. Right, so first of all, I cut the main page out. And oh, I'm trying to think, this is American Crafts crepe paper, and I'm pretty sure this digital pack is called Journey. So this is what you'd cut out, and this will make an entire accordion fold out or pocket. So we're going to make a pocket today, and I'll show you how to do that one again. I have cut from this new set of add-ons the envelope. So you've got a great emboss there. All of those striped lines that you can see are just the fact that my printer head needs cleaning. These are the emboss lines for your envelope, and of course you've got your bits that you're going to score, and this becomes a pocket. Now you can ink, stamp, use plain paper, whatever it is you want. And I also cut another one, and this one I've stamped using a travel stamp set that I hauled, I think it was last week, and I shared in a personal haul video. So that link for this stamp set is in that, and all the stamps that I've used today are from that set. So we've got Always Take the Scenic Route that I've stamped here on that one. And then I've got myself one of the pages, or oh, what do you call them? You know, one of the foundation pieces from the original folio set, which I'm going to be able to slide in and out of my envelope pocket. Right, so yes. And then I have done the key ring, keychain. So there I've put the little key on. All I've done is put a snip into that little tangled string or ribbon, and I've attached it onto here, and that just says, my camera's playing up something terrible, there you go, you are here. So you get the lovely emboss on the key ring, and you get a lovely stitch around the hole. But if I turn that over, that is where I cut it. I've threaded it through the whole of my key, so now I've got the fob and the key on a piece of tangled string. So that's the first bit that I'm showing you. Now with that tangled string again, I trimmed off a small piece and used the tag from the first folio set. So that's the one that builds the page. This tag comes with that. So I trimmed it off exactly the same as the key ring, just snipped it, threaded it through, so it looks like a piece of twine going through that tag. So I've done that. Now on the paper clip, first of all you get a piece that cuts out like this, and you can fold that, and whether you put it to the outer section of your folio or on your page, you can see there if I move that out of the way, we are going to be doing some gluing in a minute. Then you've got a tab, but this would necessarily be for the outside because it's large, which is why you cut off 1/4 of an inch and use the other piece that comes with it. And I've drawn around that piece with my white gel pen. I just scribbled it on there, and then you glue that on. And so that bit that I've told you will cut a paper clip as well is the handle, and that's what happens when you cut it as a paper clip. So this die, which cuts this loop, also cuts a loop into your cardstock. This camera is from the same stamp set as this, and you use your arrow that comes in your first set, you lay your loop on top, and it will cut a paper clip onto which you can attach anything you want, any piece of ephemera or anything like that, and it will just slide on and it will hold on for you. So it becomes a paper clip, and because it's large you can add other things. So I'm looking around here, like if you've got a little arrow, I've got there yeah, haven't had coffee yet, but you could glue that onto there. You could put an even bigger piece of ephemera onto there, or a little note or anything. So that will actually double up. There we go. This little handle laid on top of the arrow from your first set will make a paper clip. So that's what I've done there. So I'm trying to, you know, show you the bits. Now the bit that drops out of the frame, because this keyring comes with a frame, is this piece here, which you can then fold, and that also becomes another little tab or addition that you can add onto something. And then I have cut another little arrow there. I've got to go there. It was just a scrap from one of the pieces of paper. And I have also cut the ticket. So I've got my little ticket there, and I cut it in my paper, and I've also cut a sheet of white cardstock to make that one, you know, almost like a chipboard piece of ephemera. So those are all of the pieces in the new one. So as I said, if you check out that video that I've linked below, you'll see the entire first folio being put together. So these are all of the new pieces. And let's do some gluing. Right, first of all, we're going to turn this into a pocket, and it's got a score line. So I'm just going to fold it there. Just go along it with my bone folder. It's really simple to do. Now, if you look here, you can see there is an emboss line before the stitch line. So you want to fold on your emboss line. Now, I suffer from chronic humidity here, and sometimes getting the emboss line can be really difficult for me. If that's something you suffer with, this is what I suggest. Just go along really carefully and just pinch it, and eventually you will get there, and it will just naturally sort of start finding itself. So hopefully I've got it there now. I don't know whether I've gone too far on this bit. If anybody wants some of my humidity, I'll gladly send you some. There we go. So really easy to do this. Now this set again also comes with a circle die, so you can lay it onto this top edge and run it through, and it will cut a thumb notch for you if you want to. Or you could even use this one and it would cut like that shape aperture out just by putting half of the die on, so you could have a square notch in it. I mean, there's so many things you can do. Right, now I need to make sure that my glue bottle isn't all gunked up, and I don't think it is. Right, so to do the pocket, all you have to do is go along that edge and then get your fluff off your card and go along that edge. That's all you need to do. Now, I don't know what on earth I got there. And then you just fold it over, and that is going to create a pocket. So I've made a nice little bit of mess on my vinyl. I'm just going to get that off. I will do it with a cloth after, finish it off properly. So now we've developed a pocket. See that? and just make sure your edges are glued down. Now onto the outside here, I'm actually going to put a tab, because this is something that would go into making pages so that you can flip it. So I'm just putting glue on the edges. And of course there is a larger page that will slot inside the pocket as well, which is with the other set. So just decide kind of like where about you want your tab. I'm sliding it on quite a bit here, and I'm going to go there. So I've got my tab down, and of course there's space for putting anything on there. You can stamp a sentiment if you're not using black cardstock, or of course you can use white ink. So you've got that, and I'm just going to cap my glue off again, and you can see you've got real strong score lines here. So I think that's something that will defeat my humidity, and I'm proud about that. And just go along those, and this will be your pocket. And I'm going to score that. I hope everyone's going to have a wonderful day. Yes, I do. We've had quite a bit of rain here, and I'm extremely grateful for it, because my trees really needed it. Right, so now I'm going to apply some glue along the edge, and the edge again, and the edge again. Cap my glue off. Make sure your page is the right way around. I'm usually good at doing things upside down, and that will go straight on to here, so that you have got an envelope at the bottom of your pocket. I'm just making sure that I'm getting that on straight. Give that a good squish until your glue is set. And of course, if you've got all your distress inks and whatnot, then, you know, cut a bunch of these envelope pockets in white, you know, and splatter them and have some great fun. And if you don't want to make yourself another folio page and you're making a greeting card, you can stand a gift card up in this, so that could go onto the back of your card or inside of your card. So there's another use for that. Right, so we've got that. I do have another one, which is my lovely cloud paper, which would go onto the back of there, but I'm just going to move that one out of the way for now. So I've got my camera clip, and that can go down inside of my pocket, so I've got that there. And then I've got this piece, and of course I can stick whatever I want to. I can just do it, and you know, and stick my ephemera in and go back and stamp on this later if I wanted to. And I can put my paper clip on there, and you don't have to have it at the top. You know, you can have it going off on a jaunty little angle, or maybe it's hanging on to your boarding pass. In fact, I think that's where I'm going to glue mine. I'm just going to stick it on my boarding pass. So just a little bit on the edges, and then I'm going to have it here. That's what I love about these. You can just use your imagination and do anything that you want. So my paper clip is hanging onto that, and that can just be, you know, a piece of ephemera that's floating around. You've got your key because you've been in your hotel room, and you've got your little tag with your little stringy bit on. You can stuff that up inside of there, and you know, you've got this that can go onto there. I think that's a really nice decorative piece folded in half. I really do like that. In fact, I'm going to glue it on there. Might have my words on there as well, just to mess things up again. But if you've got all, you know, all of your ephemera and your bits and bobs, it's just awesome. when you've got lots of pockets to stick them in. And if you've got a hole punch, you can turn this into a oh, I always forget what it's called, a location marker, you know, and you could stick that down. And I'm gonna have go there, why not? Let's go there. I say that to my husband sometimes when we're out driving, and I'll say, oh, I wonder what's down there, and he'll turn. And then I get to find out what's down there. So I've got a go under there. I'm going off on that line again, trying to keep it straight, or try my best to anyway. Dust off my glue. But you know what I mean? All your little scraps, anything that you want to stick down, you can just go there. Yeah, why not? So I'm getting that in. Try not to bash up all my other little bits. And that will go into there. But you've got all of your lovelies. Oh, I do love that. Yes, I thank you so much for joining me today. If anybody needs further explanation of it, do let me know. I do hope I explained it enough, but there are several things that you can do different things with if you use them with other things, and basically that's what I was trying to point out. But I just love this little envelope pocket, absolutely adore it. Right, once again, thanks so much for joining me. As usual, all links below, and the rest of the week, Halloween. Bye.